I'll do it on the night.
This is the night.
What is that? What about yours? Yeah, it's pretty good.
What's he do? Just say bass.
Or freeze. What a tip.
Hello, this is Fu Manchu, and I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking one of two things. One, hey, Fu, where have you been after all these months? Or two, crap, this guy's videos, I hate this guy. Why am I watching his review? Well, for those of you who probably don't even watch my review, time to exasperate it.
What does exacerbate mean?
It means, to make things worse.
Right.
Today's review will be on the Yen Toys, and I love that Power Ranger looking logo. Shaun of the Dead 1/6 scale collectible figure. Now, although there's no text on the box to specify which character's actually in here, you do get a little hint in the shape of a silhouette. And that silhouette matches the shape of Nick Frost from the poster of Shaun of the Dead. So you can deduce that this is a figure of Ed, Shaun's best friend. And holy cow, look at all those hands reaching out to get this figure. I thought I was the only one waiting for it. Looking at the back of the box, and there's really not a lot to see. I mean, it's just a big white space. So, I mean, if you get a marker, you could write yourself a note. That's about it. Now, this is a figure that I have waited for quite some time. When Yen Toys first announced the Shaun of the Dead figure, I had to have it. And when I got it in hand, I was so happy with the quality. That figure is absolutely amazing. And I waited patiently for them to announce an Ed. And here he stands before me. And honestly, I didn't even know this thing was going to be delivered today. And I am so happy and ready to see it. So I say we open it! Now, the lid of the box slides off like a shoebox, and when you look underneath, you find the usual foam. So let's look underneath this foam and check out the figure. With the foam removed, the first thing you see is Nick Frost looking back at you, and holy cow, that likeness is amazing. Now, when Yen Toys first put out the promotional photos for this figure, a lot of people online said it looked nothing like Nick Frost, that they had gotten the face wrong, and blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm happy to report that those people are all idiots because the in-hand product looks so good. Even better than I thought it would, and so much better than the old Sideshow Toys Shaun of the Dead figures that came out, in 2009, so 15 years ago. Of course, they would look better than that, but man, this is even better than I hoped. I absolutely love it. Yen Toys, you knocked it out of the park. But you know what? It doesn't stop there, because if you look over here, he comes packed in zombie mode, and that is so awesome. His eyes are all glassed over, and then you got the blood all over his face. That looks so good. You got his I Got Wood shirt, and it is blood splattered as well. And I'm happy to report that they got his physique right. That was one of the things I was worried about, that they might not get right. Nope. This fat suit under here with the moobs and the belly, this is super, super thick, and man, they nailed Nick Frost's body type. That is awesome. I'm also happy with the body they chose, even though you can see the elbow joints. Yeah, that does look a little bad, but honestly, he's wearing a short sleeve shirt, so unless you gave him like Fison arms or something, or those other arms that look like they would tear after a while, yeah, this is pretty much the only way to go at this point, and honestly, I'm more happy with function over form in any day, and that looks so good. I'm also happy with the skin tone they went with. You got his shorts down here, and then at the very bottom you have his Nikes, which actually have the Nike swoosh, and they are super weathered. That looks amazing. You'll see there a baggie full of accessories, and over here he's got a bunch of hands. So let's remove this top layer of foam and look underneath, shall we? After removing the top layer of foam and laying down Ed, still frozen in carbonite, and looking underneath, you find his shovel. And this shovel is not only blood splattered, but 100% made out of metal. This feels like a real shovel, just shrunk down. Next to that, you get the cradle part of his stand. Next to that, you get his cell phone and his PlayStation controller. And above that, the stand itself. And that is absolutely amazing. Now, as for accessories, he doesn't look like he comes with a whole lot, does it? So you might look at that and say, he ain't got nothing.
What more do you want?
I don't know. It would have been nice if he came with a Henry. Let's check out the figure, shall we? So, here's Ed fresh out of the package, and holy cow, that likeness is absolutely amazing. Seriously, I don't know what people online saw when they looked at the pictures, but honestly, this in-hand product makes me so happy. Now, as you can see, I've already swapped out the head from the zombie head to the normal head. That's because when I pulled the body out of the box, the zombie head fell right off. It wasn't popped on all the way, so I thought I'll just start with him normal looking, and man, this looks so good. Like I said, I I hope the likeness would be this good, and it's even better than I thought it would be. It looks so good. He's got like the 5 o'clock shadow and everything like that on his face. This just looks amazing. It looks just like him. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of a skin tone difference between his head and his neck. It's sort of visible, more visible on camera than it is in person, but it is visible. But honestly, I don't really care about that. This looks absolutely amazing. Now, working our way down his shirt, as you can see, it is filthy. This looks so amazing. And the padding is all around his upper bicep, all the way up to both biceps or whatever. And the padding also goes down to his legs down here. And he is totally padded up. But like I said, this shirt is totally weathered and looks so good. I love that blood splatter there. That looks amazing. Looking at the back of him here, it's just filthy. And man, oh man, that looks awesome. Now looking over here on this side of his hand, you can see he's got his watch on, and let's check that out up close. That looks so good. You can see it's 4:20 and he's wearing it backwards. So I don't know. Did he wear it on the inside of his wrist or did he wear it on the outside of his wrist? I don't know. It was on the inside. I flopped it around, and as you can see, the face of it's backwards. So I'll probably either have to check the movie again or flop it around. Now, if you look at his hands there, you can see that he's got it looks like blood splatter up his hands. And that is awesome. Either that or it's just speckling of the skin. That looks so good. But yeah, that looks like blood splatter, just like on his shirt. Yeah, that's definitely blood splatter. That looks awesome. Now, his pants actually have a drawstring right there at the top, as you can see. And they were hiked up really high, which showed off the fact that he has fake lower legs that make him look a little bit fatter, I guess you could say. As you can see, mine's missing some of the paint right there. I think the shoe rubbed it. So you can see the actual skin tone underneath there and how it's been painted up a lot darker. And that's pretty cool. I wish mine didn't have that little spot, but honestly, I'd rather it have that than like part of the paint on his nose missing or something like that. Those shoes look absolutely amazing. I wish the Hot Toys Marty McFly had that little Nike swoosh on it like that. That looks so good. They are weathered so awesome. But yeah, these upper legs are kind of strange. If you hike up his shorts, you can see that his lower legs are actually fatter than the actual legs of the body. And that's kind of strange. Now, like I said, as long as his shorts are pulled down far enough, you won't see that. But yeah, if that's the sort of thing that bothers you, I don't know what to say. But honestly, as long as the shorts are pulled down, you won't notice it. Like that. Now, working our way back up here, you'll see that he's actually turned into a zombie while we were looking at his lower legs. And man, like I said, this head is amazing. Look at how his eyes, his pupils are all glassed over, but they actually shine in the light. That is awesome. And the way that blood is splattered on his chin, that looks so good. His face is all dirty looking. Oh, that looks amazing. And I love the fact that it's actually, a different sculpt. They didn't just take the same sculpt, and repaint it, which is something that the Sideshow figures didn't have, were zombie versions of them. And this looks so good. Just look at the blood around his ear, everything. And you can almost see I know that's dirt, but it almost looks like veins and stuff under his skin. That looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, seriously. What were people thinking when they were criticizing this figure? Because, man, it is even better than I hoped it would be. This is awesome. As for his accessories, he has 6 extra hands. He's got 2 fists to do his Clyde the Orangutan impression. He's got 2 trigger hands there. That would be for holding his PlayStation controller or a Winchester rifle. And then down here, he has 2 Cornetto holding hands. Speaking of accessories he can hold, check out his phone. They put all the little numbers and symbols on it, plus the Nokia logo on it. That is absolutely amazing. Looking over here, he also has his PlayStation controller, which also has the symbols on it. That looks absolutely amazing as well. And then up here, he has his shovel. As I said, this shovel is completely made out of metal and feels like a real shovel. It is blood splattered, and man, that looks so good. Lastly, the accessory that was inside of the baggie is his collar and his handcuff restraints that they put on him when they put him in the shed as a zombie. And man, that is so awesome. Now, there's also a chain connected here, and there's an actual magnet inside the base part right here. Now, none of this up here is metal. It's all plastic. Maybe the little rings are metal, but none of the other parts are metal. But the chain is, and the magnet was stuck to the chain, which made me wonder, why is there a magnet in the bottom of the base? If you were to dress him up like a zombie, put the restraints on him, and attach the chain, the magnet actually attaches to the base. And that is awesome. Because seriously, how cool does this display look? That looks absolutely amazing. And Yan Toys, to be forward thinking as much as you were to put a little magnet there to make it attach to the base, that is so cool. Man, I absolutely love this. That is awesome. So, after all this time, how does this figure display alongside of the Shaun Yan Toys figure? And man, I think they look absolutely amazing together. Yeah, I am very, very, very happy with both of these figures. Honestly, I think these are even better than I hoped they could be. It makes me wish that they'll make even more characters from the movie. I don't know who else they could make. I mean, they could make his girlfriend or something, but honestly, who else could they make? They could make some zombies, make his zombie roommate, but he'd have to be naked, and that would be kind of weird. But you know what? Honestly, if these are the only two that Yan Toys makes, I'm really happy with it, because they gave you displays to make Shaun in zombie mode, which, you know, he was just pretending, and then you can make Ed in zombie mode, which he wasn't pretending. But you know what? I am very, very happy with these two figures, and man, oh man, I highly recommend them. So, there's my review of the Yan Toys Shaun of the Dead Ed figure! And man, this figure is absolutely amazing, even better than I hoped. If I had one complaint, it would be that little mark on his leg there, but big deal, man. Like I said, that's a small thing to complain about. And if you're as big of a fan of Shaun of the Dead as I am, man, I highly, highly, highly recommend these figures, because they are awesome. And if you like my reviews, keep coming back, because I won't stop doing it until you stop laughing. And until next time, tune in for more!
I'm not going to bombard you with cliches, but what I will say is this.
Foo Reviews!
It's not the end of the world.
I'm gonna eat your brains, zombie.
Cut.
No! He actually just said the word zombie!
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Fool Reviews.